Namaskar. Thank you, Chair, and the colleagues who is sitting on the table, Chair, and also the audience. My apologies for the hiccup. Okay, so the earlier presenters were given a topic on security. Now let's see at an enterprise level everything works all right or not. So the topic is analytics, the advanced analytics. So the digital age. In this age, we cannot assume that things are as usual. Whatever happened yesterday, it will continue today and tomorrow. That's all gone. The reason is the information revolution brought by the telecommunication industry made everybody, every one of the citizens to become so smart to get the information what he wanted and what he would like to have. So things are changing rapidly. And one of the few examples I can quote from this box is the consumer. Today, the consumer has everything in his PDA device or the smartphone, and whatever the information he is looking for, he gets it in his fingertips. At the same time, unless the enterprise is geared to meet these expectations of the consumer, it cannot be achieved. So the business process model cannot be static. There is a constant change driven by the requirement as well as the emerging technology. One of the example what all of you are aware of is the booking a call taxi. How the Ola, Uber and even the Meru cab has changed its business process model to make it as simple as that. Today, as a customer of an electricity utility or water, you are interacting with that company through the portal anytime, anywhere. So this is all the things getting changed. Okay. So now when the enterprise have to give the information to the consumer or to the internal employees, plenty of informations are available. So it has to be collected. The business process have to be optimized, and the business process cannot be static. It has to be dynamic, okay, so that the requirements are met properly. So there is an automation required to derive the business process which is optimized in integrating all the resources of the information what is available, what the IT guy call it as a silos of information. And it has to generate a business process for an efficiency or improvement in the performance. So that's more important. So now let's look at the research team like Gartner, MIT, and what they have done, what their findings are. The high performance companies, okay, they use the analytics to get all the information. And they get the analytics information as a closed loop system so that they derive the strategy. The strategy could be some of the KPIs, key performance indicators, to measure the performance of the company, and they are dynamic. And 50% of the high performance enterprises, they rely on advanced analytics even to monitor their business operations, what we call it as the low-level operations. So this is quite important based upon these statistics. But everyone is worried, okay, how much money I have to spend? Am I going to get the return on investment for the money I spent? So this is the mind-boggling questions. It's there always. Even for you, the question arises, will you go for an iPhone PDA, or will you go for a Samsung, or will you boil down to your Chinese make? So the same thing goes at the enterprise level in the decision-making process. So if you look at this, again, the research conducted by Gartner, MIT, as well as Oracle, okay, whoever has invested on this analytics, say, let's say $1, the return on investment is $10. Okay, so this is all statistics, proper market research has given this type of an information. Now we are all talking about the smartness. The minute when you say smartness, the devices are going to generate millions and millions of transactions. Just imagine a smart meter interval getting generated a 15 minutes interval data on the 6 frequencies which is required by the discoms. Okay, so minimum 96 into 6 a day and multiplied by 250 million, like what the minister told in the pre-lunch session. Forget about the 250 million. Even at the NDMC at Delhi, if they have a customer of 200, the database size will grow into petabytes. Okay, so now how the enterprise utilities are geared for that? Are they ready to accept this challenge? The research shows that only 17% are ready to meet this type of influx of the data growth to get into an analytics which can produce a meaningful information to drive the strategy and increase the performance. And 20% of the people are more worried about the technology behind it. Like people like me who cuts across both OT and IT type of a solution, okay, we talk about big data, okay, we talk about on-premise solution, cloud solution, we come with the 60,000 feet jargons where the enterprise runs away from us. Is it really possible? Will you do it for the money what we will pay for? So these are all the challenges behind the scene. So now if you look at the survival of any enterprise or a utility company depends upon how they perform. The performance is monitored not by the internal KPIs, but it is monitored by the services what they provide and the customer how they pay. So today if you look at the newspaper, on any topic, even day for yesterday, there was an article in Times of India, Delhi is going to have a problem, the utilities are not going to meet the demand which is expected in the summer. I don't know where the journalist got that information. Is it at a 60,000 feet level, or has he got a real KPI, the demand is much more, or the generation of the power is not there? But if you look at the last paragraph, the journalist tells there are a lot of financial implications. The service, the utility company blames that they are not getting the money. The customer says we are not going to pay unless you reduce the electricity charges. Okay, so this is all the common man. The TV picks up these issues because their show can be run in a good manner. Okay, but look at the enterprise level. So the utility company today have to rely on the technology, that the technology could be on the operation side, on the network side, and it also could be on the customer side. Look at the RAP, DRP projects, which has been told to computerize the ICT side of the meter billing and collection. What type of statistics people get? Yeah, they get the reports of the yesterdays. They are very happy in printing out a 2,000 pages report every month, and what the report will do. So this is the question, this is the clarifications what this type of a subject talks about to the audience. Okay, I have to talk about the pains what the utility companies are going through. On one side, there is a shortage of the supply. On the other side, there is an excess supply. So how do I am going to manage? It's very easy to tell, as an equation, the industry deals with the balance. Balance of what? Balance of supply versus the demand. That is a top-down approach. That happened in 1950s and 60s, where the Indian population was less. We had plenty of hydro dams filled with water. So that time the generation is much higher than the demand. But now look at the later part of the 2010, people are starving for the electricity. I come from a state where the load shedding is the common subject, okay, where the load management or the demand supply management or the demand response can be easily met. So this is all the pains what an utility has and how we are going to achieve this, only through the advanced analytics. So let us spend some time on just going through these slides. I have just put 4 pillars covering the major business processes where the analytics is playing an important role. Let us start with the customer. Customer satisfaction, it starts from getting a new connection till getting it disconnected. You can name it any time. Okay, he wants to do this. He wants to get an additional connection, paying an additional deposit. So is the customer is getting the business process done in as per the e-governance rules? Is it the application is being processed in 2 days or 1 day? Can it be done through the online? How many applications are pending for getting connected? So the people are giving answers for that, no doubt about it. But the question is, the timeliness of the information is more important in taking a decision. For example, when we talk about at a local level, if there are 200 applications are pending for a week, it matters a lot. Definitely, at the state level, the chairman or the MD have to know about his entire state, what's going on. So you can either come through the flip down approach or you can flip the coin anywhere. So the question arises, does the advanced analytics, is it required at an operational level or at a decision maker level or at the middle management level? The answer is everyone needs analytics. An operational guy, a field force guy, he has to know about what is the job he has to do and how many of them are pending because of him. And the supervisor of the field force have to know about the load pattern, like how his resources are getting assigned. The finance department have to worry about the treasury control. Because today we have multiple channel of payment for an electricity bill or a utility bill. No one knows how much money has been collected through the channel, multiple channel. Reconciliation is a big job. So when you look at the financial implications, the operational implications, the analytics playing a good part. Having said that, it doesn't mean that today the utilities are not having any analytics. They have BI, they have a data warehouse based business intelligence systems being implemented, and they are all happy with that. Yeah, it's a short term. 10 years back, I was not having nothing, okay? Something is better than the nothing, that is the quote. But today, when the technology has emerged, the data collection has been done in an excellent manner. Now let us spin the coin in a different manner. So that is the topic where the advanced analytics is playing a role. So it is nothing but an information can be driven by the data, and the data is not static. The data is as of 15 minutes old, or the data is as of 24 hours old. So this is the time frame of the data being driven to get a strategic information to drive the performance of the enterprise. So basically, advanced analytics means it is a data-driven strategies, the data-driven business process. That is what we have to achieve it. Now, if you look at this graph, it shows one is the traditional versus what is emerging. So the traditional is, we get reports, volume of the report called daily report, weekly report, monthly report, annual report, all sort of reports are getting printed, bound, and kept in the storage. And now you come back to the predictive analytics, okay? The telecom guys are talking about the predictive analytics in 2003-04, when the ICT is very popular. They are judging because of the deregulated market, whether the customer will be there with me or not. Will he switch over from Bhartitel to Airtel or to the BSNL, where he will go? That is their worry, because the bread and butter is not going to come so easily. But look at the regulated market of a utility company in India. They are secured, but it doesn't mean that they are running the business effectively and efficiently. So they need models, they need advanced algorithms, which can get implemented to get to know about the information, what they wanted to run this balance, which is the equated to supply versus demand. Okay, so that is the prescriptive model. And in India, we are all knows this, am I right? How many of you look at your horoscope, the star positions, to predict your intelligence after 6 months what I am going to do? Today, even in our exhibition stall, one lady is there. You can go to her and you can show your palm or the number game, and she is going to predict your future. This is what we call it as come from the Sanskrit. Okay, we are good in Josium or something like that. I am a Tamil speaking guy. I couldn't coin the word astrology. Okay, so that's as simple as that. So now let us look at the key values which will be required to drive this advanced analytics. Information is not going to be processed by one single IT applications for an enterprise. There will be plenty of IT applications coming from the colonial age till today. So there will be silos of information. So how that information will be integrated properly and how the data quality and the data profiling will be done in a good manner, in an acceptable manner, that is more important. The next is the business process. I was associated with the implementation and the post-implementation of the RAPDP projects in India. Okay, and what we found out is the BPR is not owned. Everybody says, okay, first you implement the system, we will come back to review. At the time, we will give you the suggestions and ideas. That's a good approach, no doubt about it. But the thing is, people have to own their baby. An IT systems, the successful of the IT systems depending upon owning their baby, and the baby have to grow well. Unless otherwise it is being done, whether the common business intelligence based upon data warehouse technology or a cloud-based technology where we have done our analysis. There will be some statistical people available, might be listening to this conversation or the lecture. Today, plenty of statistical technologies like the K-class clustering, okay, they are all being used by the advanced analytics to get the information. Then only the predictive technology, the predictive modeling will be closely working with the reality. So please understand, the business process cannot be static. The business process have to be dynamic, like what my friend from Tata Power has told. The information security is monitored by the MD of the company, the chairperson. It is a top-down approach. Same thing, the BPR have to go through. It's like a health checkup. People do a health checkup from their kids to the entire family on a frequency. Okay, it has to be done like that. We cannot live with a static business process. Here comes the Saraswati Devi. The knowledge is more important. So when people are associated in an organization about reinventing the BPR or reviewing the BPR, naturally the knowledge and experience from the internal department comes into the picture. So everybody, the youngest guy till the senior most guy, talks about the technology, the process, okay, who will contribute. So this is where the IT jargons like the big data, the cloud solution, apps, anytime, anywhere, they all have to play together as a cooperative manner. Otherwise, it has to be operated like synergy. 2 + 2 have to be made as 5. So this is more important. Now, having said that, the utility companies or the enterprise, they are all aware of these problems. Now, how to go about it? What is the methodology? Is there any framework available to do the advanced analytics implementation? The answer is yes. So what is that answer? First, you look at the BPR, look at the business process. What is the business process that will be leading to you to improve your performance? So for example, many of you are associated with the energy accounting. So when the energy accounting is done, I was surprised. Yeah, 1 quarter back we are producing the energy accounting to the regulatory commission. Yes, that was an acceptable situation when there was no ICT playing a role. When there is a good amount of ICT resources are available, that energy accounting, can it not be done for 2 days back? I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, so this is the type of answer. So you guys have to look at the BPR and come with the solution. And the timeliness of the information is more important. A broken meter and an orphan meter cannot be in the field forever. If it is there, definitely there is a financial implications. And these type of advanced analytics have to be implemented at the entire level of the organizational hierarchy depending upon the job spec. So one of the framework to implement the model will be, yes, do a collaborative approach and study the BPR, define the KPIs based upon your strategic importance, collect the data, verify the data, the models, everything. If it works well, then do the implementation. And once you have done the implementation, don't be happy. The number game is going to change. Okay, the broken meters earlier will be 2000, now it will be 200, now it has to be brought to your lowest level. Okay, so same thing goes to the revenue, tampering, any type of an activity you people are thought about from the utility perspective, everything can be monitored. Okay, so this is how the analytics is going to work. So just to complete the presentation, I have put on the left-hand side all the silos of information where multiple applications are going to generate. Even a weather forecast data got from a government department is going to play a role in the futuristic smart grid or the microgrid type of a solution, okay? So how you are going to take that data and how you are going to compile it and how you are going to predict the model. If you are doing a job, yes, it is a practical approach to be done. It is where people cannot fly at 60,000 feet, and the real results have to be given to the utility so that the number game will change. Let us target, let us not hit the profit in the next year, at least let us minimize the loss. Let us minimize the loss what we make from the transmission, what we call it as the technical efficiency or the TNC, and slowly let us go to the positive side of the graph. You remember in the graph, only one quadrant is having 0, 0 or positive, positive. All the other three quadrants are having negative. So let us not spend our time on the 270 degrees of the three quadrants. Let us concentrate on the 90 degree where everything can be beneficial, and let us hit the Lakshmi Devi with this advanced analytics. Thanks for your patience. And my apologies once again for the hiccup in the startup. Definitely the advanced analytics for the convening committee of this ICGW will bring Balu didn't give the PowerPoint in time. Am I right? So that has to be highlighted by the analytics, okay? Thank you so much. Namaskar.